They lost. Uh, the Dodgers got lucky. Both game six and game seven. The Jays should have won either of those games. But because of a ridiculous fate of a ball getting stuck in a wall and a bad umpiring call tonight, Dodgers won the World Series. Oh, and they're gonna gloat and they're gonna be this and the Jays would have kicked your ass the entire World Series. You got lucky that you won the games you did, and you didn't show up. Half your hitters that are so good most of the time were over. You faced a team you expected to roll over, of course, and you didn't. You had to go to game seven to get it, and that will always be in your fucking face. So, no, I'm not congratulating the Dodgers. They got lucky they won the World Series. They buy their way into the World Series every year. That's not a team, that's a joke. Anyway, problem with the Jays reared its ugly head again with the hitting much of the season where they can't get the big hit to really win the game. They had obviously a few of those throughout their playoff run, but there was a lot of those games they lost where they couldn't score. They couldn't get that one run, they couldn't get that one hit. The biggest example would be tonight. Varsho was not good this series as he was in the previous two. He couldn't even elevate a ball to get to the outfield to score a run. That was a huge moment. The umpiring call did not help at all. But it felt a lot like 1985, where we got screwed out of a series there from an umpire call. So, and that ridiculous ball that got stuck on the wall in game six when we could have tied it. Like, all these things went the Dodgers' ways, all these lucky things that happened. I mean, technically, the Jays should have won in the fifth game, sixth game. They should have taken it all. Because the Dodgers, frankly, got outclassed by a team that nobody expected them to win, which is hilarious. And I don't care how much gloating LA Dodgers is going to do. They got their asses handed to them. And the only way they got saved is by lucky bounces. So, the positives: Guerrero had a hell of a playoff run. Varsho showed power. Um, Springer had some key hits. And the bullpen showed up when it was our weakest link the whole season. Somehow they pulled it through. But in the end, the hitting let us down and the bullpen let us down once again. And Hoffman, it's almost ironic that he would be the one that screwed it up for us. Screwed us out of a World Series, because that's what he did for a lot of the games this year, is cost us the game. I don't care how many saves he got. He's not a saving pitcher. He's not a closer. When you have a guy that pitches balls, ball one, ball two, ball three, falling behind a lot of the hitters, and they clobber him. A closer is strike one, strike two. They go after the hitter with good stuff. He had the odd game where he struck out the side, but it wasn't enough of that, and it cost him tonight. He had the hitter at 0-2 or 1-2, I can't remember. He had that advantage and he threw a meatball. Hoffman sucks, and we unfortunately have him for the next 4 years. I can't see him changing his philosophy, and if he does, fine. Bichette was great. Um, he was playing hurt. It was nice to see him hit that 3-run homer tonight. That should have been it. That should have been the game-winning hit, but of course it wasn't. But he was playing his heart out. Springer was playing his heart out. Springer was playing injured. Like these guys were like showing the true baseball player colors, and commend them for that, man. Springer had a knee, he had a leak thing going on, or whatever it was, and he still managed to go out there and play baseball for the last 2 games. Incredible. There are lots of bright spots with the lineup, the hitting lineup, and if they can build on that going into next season, they'll be strong again. Except Santander sucks, and I wish they wouldn't have. That was a bad contract that they took in. But they have him for X amount of years, stuck with him unless they trade him away, which I wish they would. Because the guy can't field worth shit and he can't hit worth shit. Um, so I'm not really that concerned with our hitting lineup next season, given that they improve on their contact. Um, they're fantastic to watch. They bunt, they ran, they stole bases. It wasn't just about the home run. That's exciting baseball, and that brand of baseball I hope continues for a long time with this club because that's fun to watch. As far as their pitching going into the off season, they Trey Savage. I hope that this isn't a fluke and that guy's going to be a key starter for us next season. He's only 22, I think. He has so much potential with those games that he got multiple strikeouts. It was fantastic. So, but I hope we don't get Bassett or Scherzer back. They're too old. We got to build for a future. They can bring Bassett back if he's like a bullpen arm and get rid of some of those bullpen arms that are dog shit, like Brandon Little. But not a starter. They got to get at least two starters in the offseason to replace Bassett and Manoah and Scherzer. I don't want to see them on the roster because, again, their age. We have to go out and get some decent arms. Um, Other than that, I don't think we need a new bat. I mean, we're stuck with Santander, like I said, unless they trade him. But our lineup's fine. It's our bullpen and our pitching that has the starters that have to be focused on for the off season. Then we have to wait and see what the hell they do. That bullpen, despite it going far and showing teams up, still is concerned because you can't trust half those arms in there. Whether Schneider mixes and matches against hitters and all that, you can only play with fire so long with the bullpen arms. Um, but yeah, it was a run. No one expected them to get far. I didn't expect them to get far. It is what it is, and build off this run they had. Make the team stronger, make the team better. They have the money. They're not going to get like bullshit players like Otani or anything like that. But like they still have leeway on money that they can get decent arms. But that bullpen's got to be fixed the hell up for next season. Well, these last two games sucked, but will be always remembered that the Jays kicked the Dodgers' ass despite them not winning the World Series because the Dodgers couldn't do shit against them and they only won because of lucky bounces, not because the team's any good, except Yamamoto and Otani, of course, the showboat $700 million fucking player that he is. Like it was ridiculous on tonight, like they had giving him more time, and Schneider had to come out back to back innings going, what the hell is this? Because we're making up rules for the Dodgers that it's okay for Otani to take some more time than other pitchers. No, it's not. Catering to these expensive teams for bullshit like that. And I have to put another positive in this World Series. The umpiring, other than that bullshit call tonight, the very important call for the most part, was good on both ends. They called the balls and strikes even all the way down. But we can't turn back time and just gotta take this run as a positive going forward and um, see what they can do in the off season, if anything. And it's really all up to Atkins at this point. And I don't expect a lot of moves, but I expect some moves. And hopefully they're not bullshit moves. And if they don't sign Bichette, fuck those guys. Fuck the GM. How can you not? Bichette's 27. He's still got years in him. Sign him what he wants. You wouldn't even be in the World Series if it wasn't for him. He led your team in hitting. All right. That's all I got to say. Um, I had some miraculous games in the Yankee series and the Seattle series. And it's unfortunate it had to end this way. But still, the idea that the Jays kicked the Dodgers' ass in this series and held them to lucky bounces is hilarious. And we will always have that on the Dodgers. Sure, the Dodgers can pump their chest and say, we earned this and all that. No, not really. You got lucky. And you almost lost to a lesser team than you, which is funny. And we will always have that. So that's something to be proud of. Go Jays, go.